Hey, you beautiful souls. So today we're talking everything about the law of assumption, where it comes from, the fact that it's not really a law, what it actually is, and then how you can use it within your manifestation process in order to bring about that bright, beautiful life that you desire. So is it really that easy? Well, we'll get into it. So to anybody who's never been here before, hi, I'm Elizabeth Blackwell, and I've spent well over a decade educating myself so that I could help others set sacred space and find their highest and greatest selves. So let's get into this conversation. Everything you need to know about the law of assumption. So as a lot of you may know, the phrase law of assumption comes from the culmination of the teachings of Neville Goddard. Now, he did 11 books that I know of, but he also did a lot of on-stage and in-person teaching. The funny thing about it, though, is the phrase law of assumption doesn't actually come from Neville Goddard. He never actually used that phrasing. So he taught greatly about how assuming the feeling of the state that we desire would bring that into reality. But I believe where the phrase law of assumption has gotten now popularized is because people took the law of attraction, who was brought into popularity by Rhonda Byrne in the book and the documentary The Secret, and they've kind of blended these two manifestation techniques together, or parts of manifestation. But the law of assumption isn't actually a law. Now, the law of attraction is. This is the understanding of how energy works, that like attracts like. So it's just one of those things, it's kind of one of those examples where people, when they start to consume a lot of this manifestation information, how things can kind of get blended together and sometimes things get a bit misconstrued. So let's break down some of the key teachings of Neville Goddard so that you can actually know how to use the power of assumption within your manifestation practice. One of the things that I wanted to break down within this is that people use the phrase law of assumption, and so a lot of these things that I've seen out there are if you just assume the reality that you desire, that it will come true. Well, there's sometimes blocks in the way, and it doesn't always really work like that. Let's use the example. If you just assume you are with a person, that you're going to come off as needy and crazy, and it's not going to have the desired outcome that you want. So one of the things that Neville Goddard did teach about was the power of our imagination. So this is within our visualization practices, that we are using our imagination to see and feel what it would be like to be in that reality. So within a person, if you are assuming the reality of being with somebody, this is you visualizing what it would be like to talk with them or be out on a date with them, spend time with them. And then what would it feel like within you? It's not about the other person. It's about what it would feel like within you. So it's using your imagination to play in that reality and seeing it and feeling it when you're in your visualization practice. If you've stuck with me so far, consider subscribing, because I put out content all the time about how you can be the conscious creator of that bright, beautiful life that you desire. And if this video is serving you well, consider hitting that like button as well, because it helps this content to get out to other individuals so they can create the life that they desire. So how this really works is that our brain does not know the difference between deeply visualizing something and reality. It's all the same to our brain. It's those feelings, those pictures, our senses being involved in that reality that we desire. So when we deeply visualize something, then it starts to align our energy and vibration. And then that's where we get into that law of attraction, that when we resonate, when our energy, our frequency and vibration is of a specific state, that we will then start to attract in that reality. And then within his book, Feeling is the Secret, this is where he had a deep dive into that, assuming the feelings of the reality that we want as already being our external state. So when I talk about we create with our thoughts, we align from our heart, we take action from our gut. This is really that aligning from the heart step. This is going into the feelings of what it would be like within that manifestation. So what emotions would you have? What would it feel like in your heart, your thoughts, your body, if you were in that state of whatever it is that you desire? So this is, again, aligning our energy in order to attract the reality that we desire. And then he taught a lot about living in the end state of the reality that we desire. Okay, so what does that really mean? Well, this is part of that taking actions towards whatever it is that we're trying to bring about. So let's go back to the example of manifesting that perfect partner. When you get up and get ready for the day, are you going to wear a little bit different clothing because you're going to see that person later, or somehow get ready in a little bit different way? What are those smaller things that you would do if you are living in that end state? But what this is really more encompassing is the gratitude side of things. So this is when you have whatever it is that you desire, if you can feel grateful for it, even if it's not yet showed up, that it again aligns that energy and vibration with the reality that you desire. What this is not is going full delusional. So where this can get a little bit dangerous is when people talk about living in the end state, and that if it's finances that you are trying to manifest, you can't go and rack up a bunch on your credit card just with that idea of, yeah, it'll get to me. Now, it may or may not work, but it's certainly not financially responsible to take those action steps. What it really has more to do with is not only feeling that gratitude, but once you have visualized it and aligned things, that then those opportunities will start to come your way. So you have to take the action steps towards whatever it is that you desire, because you're getting to that end state. And then another thing that is in a lot of his teachings is this persistence of the assumption. So this is staying consistent in our thoughts and our feelings despite the reality around us. And I'll give a personal example here. Sometimes even if it's a horrible day, something's gone really awry, one of the ways that I pull myself back around is by reminding myself, regardless of what my current reality is, I know I'm on that path to whatever it is that I am trying to manifest. And that helps to bring my mood back around and bring those thoughts back to where I need them to be to stay in the energy and vibration of the reality that I desire. What are the big things that tend to get in the way? Well, most of the time it comes down to either our limiting beliefs or our subconscious programming. And I will link a couple of videos in a card above, as well as the description box down below and at the end of the video, if you need to work on your limiting beliefs or your subconscious programming. But to kind of start to wrap all of this together, really the power in Neville Goddard's teachings is that understanding that our consciousness is what makes up the reality of the world around us, that we shape and we have the power to bring about any reality that we desire. So we can use all of these teachings to really shape our consciousness, that we use it as a tool to shape our thoughts and our behaviors, and we have that healthy optimism, but we're not going for delusion or complete escapism. So what the law of assumption truly is it's one more method that we can use for manifestation. So we can choose a variety of different methods. It's whatever resonates best with you in order to help you get your thoughts where you need them to be, align your feelings, and then so you can shape your behaviors to take the steps towards the reality that you desire. So if your subconscious programming is one of the things that is getting in the way of you using any of the manifestation methods, I'm going to link a video right here so that it can help you reprogram your subconscious beliefs. So with that, I am sending you all so much light and love, and I hope you all stay well, my friends.